one evening I was having dinner with some friends in West Hollywood. It was an amusing group, but I was more interested by this woman who kept staring at me. This just never happens to me. Excuse me. Hi.
Hi.
When are we going to meet again?
Excuse me?
I said, when are we going to meet again?
Who are you?
I'm Ross Warner.
Like I was telling you, I'm a very spiritual person. Like one night, I got a call from this psychic I know in Arizona. She said, it doesn't matter, this other person is the right person for you. Anyway, I just hung out in Arizona for a few days, and my friend the psychic told me, yes, this was it, this was the guy. So after a few days, I thought, well, it was just one of those things. So I came back to L.A. Isn't that really weird?
Well, can I get you some wine?
Yeah, but I warn you, one glass and I'm anybody's.
Or would you prefer coffee or tea?
No, I'll take the wine. Hi, I'm Ross Warner. Welcome to Life on the Street. Today's street is Sunset Boulevard, the boulevard of broken dreams. Is Los Angeles a good place to find love and romance?
No, not love and not romance. A lot of sex.
I mean, something's wrong, isn't it?
No.
It is. You didn't even come.
I did.
You didn't. You faked it. It's amazing that you don't have a boyfriend. I mean, you could have anybody.
No, I couldn't. Anyway, I like you. I think you're really interesting.
I was always afraid you'd leave me for someone more interesting.
Well, it never occurred to me you'd leave me for someone less interesting. How long has this romance been going on?
Let's see now. For me or for him?
Could I throw out a completely wild suggestion? Maybe, just maybe, you have a problem with commitment.
Me? Nonsense. I've committed myself to dozens of women. Look, this never usually happens to me. I mean, I'm usually renowned for being an upstanding member of society.
By who?
It's by whom, actually.
Ross, what does your shrink think about all this?
I'm English. I don't need a shrink.
Kylie, this is Ross, one of my most amusing friends.
We've met, actually.
Oh, you have?
Yes. At the time, Ross was working on a construction project, but there was a problem with the elevator. Did you ever get that thing to move upwards?
Worked just fine with the right passenger, thank you.
I didn't know that you were in construction.
My little secret.
Little? Yes. I need another drink. Excuse me.
I have to go now.
Go, but you've hardly touched your dinner.
For almost an hour, I've sat here and listened to you whining about yourself in the hopes that you're going to ask me one question. Just one. But you've asked me nothing. Not where I went to school. Not where I was raised. Not even if I've ever been married. Thanks for the appetizer.
Hang on. I am interested in hearing about you.
Not too bad, because I have to go home and watch the Survivor rerun.
It's amazing when I think that until recently I couldn't cook at all, and now I'm actually pretty damn good at it.
What's happening, Ross? I'm starving.
The fish is on. I'm finishing the salad dressing.
Well, I hope so. You've been there long enough.
I'll be out in a minute, boss. Lunch is served, madam.
Oh, that looks good.
Well, the first course, anyway.
Yeah, that's beautiful, darling.
I'm glad you like the look of it.
What are you doing?
I was gonna kiss your hand.
Oh, wow. In that case, help yourself.
I will. My life looks pretty good now, doesn't it? But 2 years ago, I had the year from hell. This is pretty exciting.
Ouch! Oh, you're on my hair.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. I forgot you had such long hair.
Don't you like long hair?
Oh, yeah, love it.
Did you forget who you're in bed with?
Well, you're the one who wanted to turn the light off.
What?
Just a joke.
Maybe now wasn't the time for it.
Ooh. Ah.
Oh.
No, you got my hand trapped.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, why don't I go on top?
Sure, but, you know, maybe if we could, get into a rhythm first, you know, like develop a rhythm.
Why can't we develop a rhythm with me on top?
Well, we can, of course, but I just thought...
I'm sensing that you're losing interest in this.
What good instincts you have, Janie.
Jenny!
Jenny, of course. Look, maybe we should cut our losses and I'll just, drive you home.
We're at my apartment.
Right. Hi, I'm Ross Warner. Welcome to Life on the Street. Today's street is Sunset Boulevard, the boulevard of broken dreams. Is Los Angeles a good place to find love and romance?
No. Not love and not romance. A lot of sex, but that's it.
I don't.
Why not?
Too many fake people.
I haven't found it yet. I've been here 14 years.
All the guys here are jerks.
They're self-absorbed.
LA men, overrated.
And the women are all perfect, of course.
No.
Oh no,
No.
they're worse.
You know what drives me crazy?
Something's always driving you crazy. What is it this time?
People who bring their bloody pets to coffee shops. Why do we have to put up with other people's pets? I worked with this guy who had a parrot. He used to bring this bloody parrot, which should have been left in Borneo, to the office. And this parrot could imitate the telephone ring perfectly. You'd be looking all around the office to see which phone was ringing, and then you'd turn round and there was this parrot with a big fucking grin on its face. And to cap it, you'd go back to your desk and there'd be bird shit all over the keyboard. I hate other people's pets.
That's because you don't want to compete for attention with them.
You bet I don't. I don't want to compete for attention with some woman's dog.
If you were smarter, my friend, you would impress them by making a fuss of their dear little pet.
I'm not that desperate. Great place you got here, Melissa.
Glad you like it.
Yeah, terrific.
And this is Archibald.
Archie? Oh, a cat. Right, right. How sweet.
Archie, say hello to Ross.
Hi, Archie.
You can pick him up. He
I can?
loves people, and he's such a good judge of character.
Yeah, I bet he is. Come here, Archie.
Oh. How weird. I never saw him do that before.
Probably my aftershave.
Well, can I get you some wine?
Yeah, but I warn you, one glass and I'm anybody's.
Or would you prefer coffee or tea?
No, I'll take the wine. I'll just exercise iron self-control.
Okay.
What a great cat. Hey, Archie. Here, boy.
You two getting along out there?
Best of friends.
So, you weren't desperate enough.
Apparently not. Anyway, a goddamn cat sleeps with her, and if there's one thing I do not want to be seen doing by somebody's cat, it's having sex with a strange woman.
Thing is, they probably know that the dog, or in this case, the cat, will be with them long after you're off the scene.
You're suggesting some cat can sustain a relationship longer than I can?
My mother had a cat for 15 years. What's the longest relationship you've ever had?
Well, I was with Karen for, 5 years.
5 whole years?
All right.
How long were you married for?
Married? 3 years.
Could I throw out a completely wild suggestion? Maybe, just maybe you have a problem with commitment.
Me? Nonsense. I've committed myself to dozens of women.
Ross, sustaining a relationship for a few months at a time is not what women mean by commitment.
Well, what do they mean?
Forsaking all others. All that shit.
I don't know if I'm up to that.
Well, most of the men just ride the camel into town.
One evening I was having dinner with some friends in West Hollywood. It was an amusing group, but I was more interested by this woman who kept staring at me. This just never happens to me. Anyway, when the guy she was with went to the bathroom, I knew that I had to do something about it. Excuse me. Hi.
Hi.
When are we going to meet again?
Excuse me.
I said, when are we going to meet again?
Who are you?
I'm Ross Warner.
Julie.
Nice to meet you, Julie.
But I don't...
Look, I can't just sit here talking to you. That guy you're so bored with is going to be back from the bathroom any minute now.
But I don't know you.
I know you don't know me, so give me your phone number and we'll get to know each other. I tell you what, give me your email address. Perfectly safe.
Okay.
Thanks. There you go. Jamaica Blue Mountain. Here we are.
There's something I have to ask you. Why did you sit at my table the other evening?
Why did I sit at your table? Well, you'd been staring at me for an hour, so I thought, why not?
Staring at you?
Yeah.
Without my contacts in, I can barely see 3 feet.
Oh my God.
The first time I saw you was when you sat down.
But then wait a minute, then why did you give me your email address?
Well, I guess you were right. I was bored with that guy.
I knew it.
And I just couldn't believe your nerve.
Then here's to nerve, Julie.
Cheers to nerve.
So, we got off to a confusing start, Julie and me. Do you think I look fat in this jacket?
Are you making fun of me?
No, it's a bit tight round the middle. I think it makes me look fat.
Do you mean I look fat in this dress?
Believe it or not, this is about me and my jacket.
Well, if you think I look fat in this dress, I wish you would say so.
If I thought you looked fat in that dress, I would say so.
Oh, well, you would say that now, wouldn't you?
Julie, you don't look fat in anything.
I don't?
No. Come here. You look terrific, darling.
That's good. Because you do look kind of fat in that jacket.
Oh. Jules. You are the greatest.
You're not too bad yourself for an old guy.
You want to go again? In one way, things were going well between Julie and me. But in another way, they weren't. You see, she wouldn't move in with me. Hi. You're not leaving already?
Yes, but another great weekend.
Yeah, it was a great weekend.
Especially this morning.
Well, you're always hot stuff in the morning, Jules. But, you know, we didn't talk again. I mean, we got to sit down this week, darling, and make some decisions.
Ross, you know I have a terrible week, and the guys from Japan are coming in, and I've got that procedure on my teeth. We'll talk next weekend.
Next weekend? No, that's far too late. No, listen, look. I'll drive you to the dentist, I'll wait for you, and then we can talk afterwards.
Ross, but my mouth will be all funny. I won't be able to talk.
I'll talk for both of us.
Ross. We'll talk next weekend. I promise. big boy.
Oh, God, Jules. All right. Oh, Christ. A caress, a little flattery, and there goes my bloody determination. But there is a limit to how much longer I'm going to put up with this, Jules. Why should I think of myself as committed, if you don't?
Have you got a cigarette?
Can't hear you.
I said, have you got a cigarette?
No, I don't smoke, and neither should you.
Why not?
It's bad for you, you know that. What are you doing here, waiting for somebody?
No. My roommate, he wanted to be alone with his girlfriend for a while, so I can't go back before 10:30.
Right. And my name's Ross. What's yours?
Crystal.
Nice to meet you, Crystal. You still have about an hour to kill. How about some coffee?
I'd really like that.
Great. You're such a beautiful girl. I can't believe you're not a model.
No. I do publicity for a computer company.
Really? And it's amazing that you don't have a boyfriend. I mean, you could have anybody.
No, I couldn't. Anyway, I like you. I think you're really interesting.
Here we are.
Ma petite.
We'll go downstairs.
Ma petite Monique, je pense à toi tout le temps.
Oh, I love this. It's so romantic.
À ce monde qui tourne.
Really? It's from the 60s. Hardly your moment in time.
No, but I love it. I really do.
C'est comme
How old are you?
une cosmique
24. How old are you?
Monique.
Do I have to say?
Why not? It's just a number. I don't care.
Then why ask?
You asked me.
Right.
Regardez
I'm
ces vagues qui tombent
I'm more than twice as old as you.
à la plage.
It's just a number.
Le mirage.
I still think you're a fascinating man.
Well, I think you're a fascinating woman.
J'écroule
I need some more wine. Can I get you a refill?
quand il me retient dans tes
I'll be
bras.
right back.
Ton petit sourire câlin. Enfin, me fond le cœur. C'est le coup de foudre, enfin. Ce qu'on va faire. Ma petite Monique. Ma petite Monique. Je pense à toi tout le temps.
So you didn't make it with her?
It wasn't about that. It was more romantic. It was.
Whatever. She didn't come into your room in the morning? Give you a nice wake-up call?
What I got in the morning was a bloody note thanking me for being a gentleman.
What's wrong with that?
I'd rather have a note thanking me for great sex. What's more important in life, love or money?
Money.
Money? How can an idealistic young person like you say that?
Because I'm from L.A. I'm burned out already.
Because everybody is on the take, especially females that are trying to make it in the entertainment industry. So people with prestige can often get what they want.
Money's a big thing here in L.A.
Really? With women?
With women especially, yeah.
Now, how do you know that?
Just by women going for the older men who are more established.
Ross Warner, life on the street with some good news for my age group.
Okay. We're all done, right?
No, I think we'll switch the guy with the hat to the last one, the guy with the t-shirt.
We will?
Yeah, we will. And Carlos, cut out of him when he says, found her panties in the trunk. Oh, but you can do it tomorrow. Okay? I'll see you in the morning.
Okay, I'll see you then, Jackie.
Okay. Oh.
Well, he's giving me a
You
ride.
can catch him up in a minute.
All right, I'll see you in the parking lot.
Frankly,
Frankly, that's a word that never comes before anything you want to hear.
Frankly, Ross, I thought your energy level was really down.
My energy's my best thing.
You know, that's what I'm worried about. Are you having some sort of problem?
No, I mean, other than romantic ones, my girlfriend can't seem to make her mind up about me.
Which girlfriend?
The one with the adorable kid.
The kid you call a micro-Nazi?
Well, what would you call him if he carved his initials on the hood of your car?
Listen, Ross. I think if you spent less time thinking about your sex life and more about your work, your energy level might recover.
Thank you. I can't believe you're still seeing that architect.
Terry? Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so? What does that mean?
Well, I keep saying I'm not going to see her anymore.
Exactly, and then you do.
Yeah.
So, it's not going too well, huh?
It's going great. But I can't make up my mind about it. You know, I know she plunged right in. But I don't know. I just can't see...
The M word.
Marriage. Children. The whole disaster. I asked myself, Carlos, do you need all that again?
And what do you answer yourself?
I don't get an answer, Ross.
Yeah. Hello.
Oh, you are in.
Crystal?
Yeah. Hi.
Of course I'm in. It's 3 o'clock in the bloody morning.
Are you alone?
Aren't we all?
What?
Yeah, I'm alone.
Look, I kinda got locked out of my place. Can I crash with you?
Yeah, sure. Well, here we are.
Could I take a shower?
Yeah, of course. Let me get the light there. Right.
Like I was telling you, I'm a very spiritual person. Like one night, I got a call from this psychic I know in Arizona. I said, but I'm already living with Judd. She said, it doesn't matter, this other person is the right person for you. And his body up to his neck was in this kind of tube of shining light that was an incredible color of purple. Anyway, I just hung out in Arizona for a few days, and my friend the psychic told me, yes, this was it, this was the guy. Anyway, the next day when I went outside, I looked up into the sky, and the whole sky was his face. It was really incredible. I mean, the whole sky was his face. So after a few days, I thought, well, it was just one of those things. So I came back to L.A. Isn't that really weird?
You fell asleep? Gorgeous, naked young woman is in your bed, and you fell asleep?
Yeah, not very studly, was it?
What about the next morning? Not another.
Another bloody note.
I think you are such a great guy, but I had some early appointments. I've borrowed the New York Review of Books. I hope that's okay. I'll call you.
Did she call?
No, of course not.
And you don't have a number for her?
Well, I do have a number, but when I called it, some guy said she'd been crashing there for a few days and he doesn't know where she is now. I'm telling you, I can't bloody well sleep properly anymore. Every time I doze off, I keep hoping the phone will ring.
She's 24, right? So it couldn't go anywhere.
Why not? She'd never heard of Charles Aznavour, but she liked him straight away. And she borrowed the New York Review of Books. So she's smart and she's got taste.
Because she borrowed a magazine?
Alan, you know as well as I do, the New York Review of Books is not just any magazine, it's the premier intellectual magazine in the United States.
Drop dead gorgeous, and now she's an intellectual.
Yeah.
Ross, what does your shrink think about all this?
I'm English. I don't need a shrink. Now, tell me something else. Los Angeles is a wonderful family city. I mean, nowhere else do you see so many middle-aged men out with their daughters.
Right. That's true.
There do seem to be a lot of older men with younger women. What do you think about that?
I'm one of them. So what can I say? I think it's great.
I think it's their immortality and they think they need younger chicks to make them feel younger.
Well, we certainly do need that. Have you been romantically involved recently?
Sure.
And what happened?
I don't know, I moved out here.
She's too dumb, we can't use her.
Cute girl, though.
What is this thing you have about young women?
I don't have a thing about young women.
Of course you do. Every time I've tried to help you by introducing you to an attractive older woman, a serious woman, one with real character, you just run a mile.
Well, what do you expect? They're all women with lots of experience with men, and all of it bad. They can spend an entire evening telling you what shits they married, although they were perfectly happy with their husbands before they ran off with a girl young enough to be their daughter. Believe me, being introduced to some brooding creature, sharpening her claws, ready to dismember you for the misdeeds of your entire gender, is not a turn-on. Is it any wonder I didn't find them attractive?
Have you ever found any older woman attractive?
Of course.
Name one.
Jacqueline Bissett, Goldie Hawn, Sharon Stone.
They're movie stars.
Well, so what? They're still older.
I rest my case.
No, you don't. Why don't movie stars count?
Because they're not real, regular people.
But the comparison still works. Take, Meryl Streep.
What about her?
Well, she's a movie star, and she sure doesn't do it for me.
Ross, there is something horrifically infantile about the cast of your mind. Either that or I suspect, much worse, you really don't like women at all.
If I didn't like women, how come I've spent my life with so many of them?
Now I do rest my case.
I was tired, so I took a nap. I was up kind of late. You don't mind, do you?
Enjoy. What's more important in life, love or money?
Love. Love. It can buy a lot of nice things, a lot of materialistic things, but not love. You want to know why I would take money instead of love?
Yes.
Or love instead of money, rather?
Whoa! Yes, tell us.
I found one good one that has a good, easygoing attitude, loves me for me, whether I have money in my pocket or don't have money in my pocket. So if you find one like that, you're lucky in LA.
So you're asking a really complex question. For me to give a super simplistic answer on the fly like this is kind of hard.
Life on the street, ladies and gentlemen, with an intellectual.
I wasn't getting on too well with Judd, but one night, a couple of days after I got back, I was working in this bar, and I was really stressed out, you know? Anyway, there's this drug dealer there, and he's always saying to me I should do some cocaine, but I'm not into that. Anyway, this particular night, I just said to him, okay, I want a big line. And he gave me this huge line of coke, and I went back to work, and I was kind of out of my mind a bit, and then the guy walked in, the guy from the dream and the sky, and he kept talking to me. And you know, I told him I was with somebody, and then he left. Anyway, when I got home, Judd was really horrible to me. And then a few days later, I woke up and I found this note from Judd saying, I've gone to the desert, and I'm not sure when I'm going to be back. So I called the other guy and I told him about it, and that's how we got together. And then, you know, when he went away touring with his band, he had this really great band. And we would have, like, problems. Well, I'd wake up in the morning and I'd say, I had a dream, and you said this and that. And he'd tell me he had a dream, and I said this and that. You know what? We dream the same dreams.
Again?
Yep.
You fell asleep again?
What can I tell you? I defy any man, however horny he is, to stay awake through that new age shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
It's okay. It is your house.
Well, that's true. How'd you get into the house?
I used the key in the plant pot next to the front door. You told me about it when we came back here the first time.
Right.
That was okay, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, feel free to use it any time.
Thanks.
I mean, that way it'll be easier to get into the house.
Yes, it would.
Look, I play tennis every day at this time, and I have to go now.
I can see.
But after, would you like to have dinner?
I'd really like that.
Great, I'll see you later.
It's out!
So how's work going, Scott?
It's okay. But I didn't become an architect to create a bunch of fake Mediterranean ugly villas.
Yeah, I know that, but if you weren't an architect, man, look on the bright side. Beverly's an interior designer. You never would have met her.
Yeah, there is that.
Hey, what's this? Beverly's a great girl.
I know, she is. And I really love Beverly. I really do.
Good.
But...
There's a but?
I mean, look at that.
Well, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Beverly's my best friend and all that, but the idea of sleeping with no one else but Beverly the rest of my life? Man, that's paralyzing.
Not literally.
Can be, yeah. I haven't been able to get my enthusiasm up for her lately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Have you seen your doctor?
No.
But it could be a medical problem.
You know, I almost wish it was.
Well, how can you be so sure that it... Oh, no, say it ain't so.
Oh, yeah, I met this girl named Lulu. She works at the bar at the Key Club.
You're cheating on Beverly with somebody called Lulu? Man, that is humiliating.
Oh, man, but you should see her. Her ass, her tits, all real. I can't keep my hands off her. When I'm with her, I can't get it down.
I don't understand. Beverly's such a beautiful, sexy girl.
I know. She is. But this girl is totally uninhibited. And she wears these amazing, trashy clothes. I've never known a turn-on like it.
How did you let this happen?
I don't know. The whole thing was an accident. I had a few drinks at the club. I made a little conversation with her. Oh, man, you should see her. God, is she hot. A couple days later, I ran into her at Ralph's. Christ, we went right out and did it in her car. In the parking lot.
In the Ralph's on Sunset?
No, the one in Ventura. Who cares what Ralph's? See, you don't get it.
I don't?
No, it's killing me. The lying, the cheating. I can't bear it.
But you're the one who's doing it.
I know. It's really fucking with my image of myself as a good person. You know those low-calorie chocolate popsicles?
I don't, no.
Oh, they're great. They're really chocolatey.
Uh-huh.
They're only 45 calories. I've sort of grown addicted to them lately.
Uh-huh.
Well, sometimes when we get home, I'd rather have a couple of chocolate popsicles than sex with Beverly.
This is terrible, Scott. When's the wedding set for?
July 15th.
Man, you're in deep shit.
Yep.
Beverly, Scott is a fine young man, and a wedding is a happy event.
I know. It's supposed to be. But it's beginning to scare the hell out of me.
Why?
Well, you must have gone through this. I mean, you and Dad, 32 years.
And it doesn't seem a day less.
Mom.
What was your question?
I didn't ask a question.
Yes, you did. You just hadn't put it into words yet.
It's... sex.
Yes.
Scott is great. He really is.
Lots of orgasms?
Yes.
Enjoy while you can.
What is that supposed to mean?
You think it's gonna last? All that screaming and writhing around?
Well, that's it. That's my question. Till death do us part. That is quite a sentence.
Of course it doesn't last. Not with the same man, anyway.
Mom!
I didn't ask you for advice.
Of course he did. I'm an experienced older man.
Experienced in what? 5-minute relationships?
You're criticizing me? You know nothing about women. You've been married to the same woman for 20 years.
Yeah, it's been the best thing in my life.
Oh, yeah?
Last week I had to meet Nicole on Rodeo Drive to buy her mother a birthday gift.
Uh-huh.
So I'm walking along. I find myself staring at this woman who's crossing the street.
Yeah?
Oh, she was really sexy.
Yeah.
I'm staring at her. I'm staring at her. And I get closer.
Yeah?
And I see that it's Nicole.
Nicole, your wife?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Oh, boys, for Christ's sake.
You're walking along and you see this sexy woman.
Uh-huh.
You were embarrassed.
No, I wasn't embarrassed.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What can I get you to start?
Hey, you must be new. I haven't seen you before. My name's Ross.
Kylie.
Nice to meet you, Kylie.
Nice to meet you.
Look, this never usually happens to me. I mean, I'm usually renowned for being an upstanding member of society.
By who?
It's by whom, actually.
Oh, yeah? So, if I was gonna get laid tonight, it would be by whom couldn't get it up?
No, that's not right.
You bet it's not.
I didn't fancy her. That was the problem. I couldn't exactly say that, could I? I couldn't say, I fancied you when I met you, but when I got you back in bed with your gear off, I didn't.
Why couldn't you just accommodate the lady?
Well, when I was younger. But not these days. I mean, in those days, I could lay back and think of England and do it with anybody. I didn't even have to like them. And you know what? I think that's the problem with our friend. It wasn't that I didn't fancy her. I didn't actually like her.
Yes, if the fantasy exceeds the reality by more than a certain amount, can be deflating.
Certainly prevented inflating.
There's no danger that in your advanced years you're becoming a fully aware, sensitive human being, is there?
God, I hope not. Jules? Of course, I wouldn't have been getting into all this trouble with other women if Julie would have moved in with me.
More time for what?
But I just couldn't convince her.
Don't.
She said she needed more time. More time for what? I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. Is the chase better than the conclusion?
I think the chase is the best part of it. You know, when you're in the beginning stages, like you find ways to make you excited and you find ways to make him excited. It's kind of cool. After that, it's all like, oh, I already got her.
So you really got to go past that superficial thing where you think you know, the grass is shorter on the other side, you know what I mean?
The grass is always shorter on the other side, yeah.
We're not madly in love. No. It just isn't happening. It doesn't happen in L.A.
I had to go get my car and do some chores. I'll be back soon.
That's the problem with an unpredictable girl like Crystal. The exciting part is that you never know when she'll show up. But the boring part is that you never know when she'll show up. If Julie was living with me, I wouldn't be so damned lonely and none of this would even matter. Oh yeah, you certainly know that your life has reached a low point when you're having dinner every other night with John Updike or Elmore Leonard. Did you get a call for tomorrow? Wow. Hey, Lulu! That's Lulu? That's the girl you've been cheating on Beverly with?
See what I mean, right?
Yeah. My God, yeah. But I don't want to meet her.
Why not?
Why not? Because I know Beverly, that's why not.
So what?
So what? You're implicating me in your sordid little affairs. I got enough problem with my own sordid little affairs.
It's not sordid, it's just great sex.
Yeah, well, bye-bye.
You want to know the greatest thing about Terry?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to have children. And when the 3 that I got, I mean, Lydia's already 18, right?
Right.
So the last thing I need is another child, right?
Right.
Where are you going to find somebody like Terry? Huh?
Where?
That doesn't want to have children. It's incredible.
Yeah, it is. Incredible. Excuse me. Now what? Might as well take my car.
No, let's take my car.
All right, but I want to get my jacket.
All right. Hasn't anyone ever told you this is a pretty silly car for a man of your age?
What has my age got to do with my car?
You should be driving a real car. A car with 4 doors and, you know, a trunk, like grown-ups do.
I'm a single man living on my own. What do I need 4 doors for?
That's what real cars have, not this wheeled phallus.
Look, if I lived on the flats, maybe I would have what you call a real car. But you know as well as I do. I live in the hills. I spend all my time driving around curves. And this car's great on the curves.
This car's a pathetic middle-aged man's peanut substitute.
Not that old one, Jackie.
Yes, that old one. And every time you're going around those curves, what you're really doing is you're feeling like you're entering some woman's vagina.
In my car?
Yeah, anyway you guys can get off, baby, you'll do it. Yeah, oh yeah, you will.
So every time I leave home down those curving streets or drive back home up those curving streets, I'm getting off in my car.
Yes.
Phony it were that easy.
I have dreamed of finding a guy like Carlos, a guy who won't ruin the next 5 to 10 years of my life, making me look after some whiny child. Terry, don't get me wrong, Ellen. I love your kids. I just don't want any of my own. My God, I'd have to buy a whole new wardrobe. And what about my work? That would be down the tubes for a start.
The tubes.
I've thought about that.
Getting your tubes tied at your age? You'd be crazy.
I'm still thinking about it.
Well, if you're so convinced you don't want a child, why don't you do it?
I don't like messing around with my body. I've never had surgery of any kind.
Surgery? I thought about surgery.
Oh, not implants.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about it.
But you're happily married. Why would you want to do that?
I've watched Barry when we go out. If we're in a restaurant and a girl with big boobs comes in, his head practically spins off his neck.
Bullshit! Those are the breasts he married, and those are the breasts he's got.
Easy for you to say.
Hey, Barry!
Boss, hi.
Didn't expect to see you here on a Saturday. I thought you'd be out with the kids.
The kids went to Disneyland with the maid.
You didn't want to take them yourself?
I've been to Disneyland.
Right, and, Ellen didn't go with them?
Ellen is getting her hair and her nails done. We've got some big AIDS benefit tonight. Or maybe it's MS. I don't know. I got all the fucking diseases mixed up. It's all the damn letters. $2,000 a plate, though.
Well, I didn't know you cared.
You kidding? The networking you can do with these things, they're worth $5,000.
You're all heart, Barry. So, how's everything else?
Hell, boss. My life is hell. The children are hell, even with 24-hour nannies to look after.
24 hours?
Well, yeah, that's where all my money goes. But listen to this. How many guys can say, I've raised 2 kids, never changed a diaper?
Not many.
Damn right.
So, you, sleeping better?
Yeah, you know, that Wilshire real estate deal been keeping me up, but I can usually get a few hours with a couple of Seconal.
Seconal? Now, I had an actor friend who used to take Seconal with champagne. A little high, a little low, you know?
Guy sounds like an addict to me.
But generally everything's okay, huh?
I don't know. Cleared a couple mil from that insurance company, the one I sued. It's the kids. Don't get me wrong, I mean, Pandora is the cutest little girl you've ever seen, but sometimes I swear she takes after my mother-in-law. I mean, she's got no focus. I think she's got attention deficit, whatever. I mean, she's always going from one thing to the next, zoom, zoom, zoom. Jesus Christ, look at the ass on that one. Boy, if I wasn't married. Anyway, we got Pandora on these drugs, you see, but I don't think they're working. We got to develop something stronger for these kids. I mean, she never sleeps. You know, sometimes Ellen and I come in after dinner some evenings. She's up. She wants to play. I can't figure out what we're going to do. And the baby, the little one, I don't know how smart he is. You know, sometimes he thinks that Maria, the daytime girl, he thinks Maria's his mother. I envy you, Ross. I really do.
You envy me? Why?
Because you don't have any of this bullshit to put up with. Marriage is a fucking battleground. The screaming, the crying, the tantrums. And that's just Ellen.
Well, what you need is a holiday, Barry.
Yeah, from the family, not with them. You think it's any kind of a vacation? Going down to Jamaica with 2 kids and a nanny? Just when you're leaning back in your seat, you're just about to fall asleep, you gotta get up and walk back to economy and settle some fight.
Your life is hell, isn't it?
And you don't have spousal expenses.
Spousal expenses? What's that?
Are you kidding? Hair, nails, dry cleaning, a new dress for this, a new dress for that, and makeup. What Ellen spends on cosmetics alone, you could feed a family of 4.
No, your family.
No, not my family. So who you fucking these days?
I have bad news for you, Ross. I have to be in town this weekend.
No, what about Mexico? I mean, I got that great deal at Cabo Cabo. We'll never get it as cheap as that again.
I know, but Richard has to be at a conference in Chicago the weekend after, so he asked me if I could switch with him, which means that I have Joey this weekend.
No, no. I'm not going to have your ex-husband controlling my life.
Believe me, he's not interested in your life.
Listen, when he tells you when you can and can't see your kid, that is controlling my life, because it means I have to spend the weekend with Joey, and Joey hates me.
No, he doesn't.
He does too. Look how he reacted when I gave him that toy train.
Kids don't play with toy trains today. They're into electronics and computer games.
Yeah, well, he never played with it once.
I think you bought it for yourself.
Believe me, I'm not into toy trains. Hey, Beverly!
Hi, Ross.
Lovely to see you.
You too. Have you seen Scott lately?
Well, we played tennis on Tuesday.
That's right, he told me.
So, we're, getting nearer to the great day, huh?
Yes. Yes, we are.
Hey, Scott's a great guy. You're not having any doubts about this, are you?
Oh, no doubts, no.
Because, you know, the happiest parts of my life are when I was married.
How long were you married for?
Which time?
You were married more than once?
No, I'm just kidding. No, what I meant was, when you get married for the first time...
First time? My parents have been married for 32 years. I'm only planning on once.
You are having some doubts, aren't you?
Doubts? Not exactly doubts, but... Can I be totally frank with you?
Sure.
I mean, you and Scott are friends, right?
Right.
This would just be between you and me.
Of course. Why don't we go get a drink? Here we go, then. You were saying?
I mean, the idea of spending the rest of my life with just one man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Scott is a wonderful guy.
Yeah, Scott is a great guy.
But I'm only 28, and there's just so many men out there that I haven't experienced.
Yeah, I know that, but what one looks for in partners, Beverly, isn't quantity, it's quality.
I know that. And Scott is a quality guy.
He is.
I know that. But I've always had this fantasy of,
Fantasy?
Of being with an older man. A European man.
You think that an older European man might somehow be different?
Well, I don't know. But I'd like to find out. Maybe I'd like something like that better.
Maybe. I mean, one doesn't want to go into marriage with any regrets.
No.
You've not talked to Scott about this, of course.
No. Not even my girlfriends. Like I said, this is just between you and me.
I suppose one could make out a case that it would be better to get these feelings out of your system before you get married. Cheers. Bottoms up. It means the glasses.
God, I feel bad about doing that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was sure that you'd,
No. Yes. I mean, yes, you were great, but...
Ah, guilt. You're feeling guilt. Well, I make it a rule never to feel guilt. What's done is done. The moving finger and all that.
The moving finger, was that when you...
No. No, it's the Victorian poem, the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety, nor all your wit shall cancel out half a line of it.
So we should just lie about this, then?
Absolutely. But you weren't planning on telling Scott anyway, were you?
Not exactly. Not in detail, but in principle, yes.
I really wouldn't do that. I mean, guys have terrible trouble, understanding this kind of thing.
Well, either way, you really have helped me. You have.
If I can help anyone on life's twisting path...
Omar Khayyam?
No, actually, Ross Warner.
Well, you have been of great service.
Good, because, you know, now you've got this out of your system, you can go ahead with your wedding plans knowing that the grass may be greener,
Oh, no,
but...
I've decided I'm not getting married.
What? Not on my account?
No.
Oh.
I need to get to know myself better first.
Mm-hmm.
Scott will understand. I know he will.
Yeah, probably. What is your problem?
Do you have to give a full head-to-toe inspection of every scantily clad woman you see?
Well, always assuming that's a question and not simply a complaint, the short answer is yes.
As if I didn't know. What's the long answer?
It's a guy thing, and I'm a guy.
So you are a helpless prisoner of your hormones.
It's the genetic imperative, Jackie.
Is it?
Yes. Jim Watson, one of the two guys who discovered the DNA molecule, said recently that he divides men into two categories. Those who think about sex 90% of the time, and those who think about sex 99% of the time. When I stop looking at women, it'll be because I'm dead. I don't do anything about it, I'm just window shopping.
And how do you think that makes us feel?
Well, what would you prefer us to do? Be sneaky about it?
Yes, I would prefer that. I mean, I don't want my nose rubbed in your goddamn genetic imperative.
Hi there, you look fantastic. Mwah. Mwah. Let's just get out of here, you and me. Hey, Ross, how are you?
Hi, Barry.
Good to see you.
Yeah, where's Ellen?
She's going to be a little late. She's showing some client a penthouse on Wilshire. Guy had to see the view at night.
Don't you worry about clients hitting on her?
Oh, God, I hope so. Take the bitch off my ass. Speak of the devil. Hi, sweetie.
Hey, she looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Did she have
Yep, we had them done.
She didn't hold back on the size.
No, why should we? It's the same price. You know, Jules, you should think about having yours done. Ross will pick up the tab, won't he?
Thank you, Barry. Ellen!
Oh, honey, look at you. God, they were worth every penny.
I'm not getting implants, Ross.
Of course not. You're great the way you are. I love the way you are. Come on. Hey, Carlos. Champagne?
Yeah, I wanted you to be the first to know.
You sold your screenplay.
No, I made my decision.
Yeah?
Terry and I are getting married.
Married?
Yeah.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So when's the happy day?
August 10th.
Wow, but, I thought you had some doubts about Terry.
I did. But that was before I knew Terry was pregnant.
Pregnant?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a boy. A little brother for Ricardo, Romano, and Lydia.
Wow. But you told me that one of the things you liked best about Terry was that she didn't want any children.
I know. I was wrong. Procreation, Ross, is what we're putting this planet for.
It is?
Yeah, of course. You know, you should try it. You make a great father.
I don't think so. If I was a kid, I wouldn't want a father like me.
No.
Now, how did this happen?
The usual way. Well, you know.
She said she was taking her pills, but she wasn't.
No, hey, man. Look, it was my idea. Life with a man and a woman and no child, it's incomplete. You know that, don't you, Ross?
Sure. Absolutely. Maybe he was right. But how do you find that woman to have children with? In his life, he's found two, and I can't even find one.
Are you telling me that you wanted to have children?
Yeah, absolutely, but, you know, Lucy was more focused on her career.
Oh, you love those career women.
I do?
Well, Lucy had her own advertising agency by the time she was, what, 26?
Yeah, that's true, but, you know, Karen was a career woman as well, and she wanted children.
Well, why didn't you?
Well, we decided to put it off for a while, and, you know, then we broke up, and that was the end of that.
Which brings us to Eva.
The Polish witch. Well, she was, as you know, barking mad. So the question I had to decide was, do I want to have a child with a mad woman?
Obviously you didn't.
No, we talked about it, but, you know, then we broke up and that was the end of that. Which was probably a good thing, because by now, we'd have some 15-year-old spending half of his or her time with me and the other half of his or her time with a mad woman in Istanbul.
Do I hear regret?
No, no regrets. Edith Piaf had that one right. Mind you, if we had had a kid, with Eva's looks and my brains, that would have been some kid.
What if it had your looks and Eva's brain?
Oh! What a thought. When you do meet somebody, is it a man or a woman who makes the first move, would you say?
I think in today's day and age that it's more women that are making the initial move.
Yeah, why would the guys make the first move? The man.
I think it should be 50-50, but the man normally makes the first move.
Yeah?
I've made the first move many times.
And how's it worked out?
It's about 50-50.
Yeah, I think in the end, women choose men. they like to, you know, you like to think that you choose them, but in the end, I think, you know,
they choose you.
They choose you.
Yeah, but it's usually the guy that makes the first move.
Nah, he just walks across the bar and says hello. But it's the woman who's sending out those signals. Hit on me, hit on me.
Or not. Like that redhead at the airport.
Why? I misread her signals, that's all.
Slightly. She threw a damn drink at you. You still haven't told me what you said to her.
I said those were worth every penny.
You said that to a total stranger about her breasts?
No, about her shoes. She was wearing very expensive Manolos. She chose to take it the wrong way, that's all.
You were looking down her dress.
Well, she did have great tits, but actually I was talking about her shoes. And the drink she threw over me was vodka. No smell, no stain, a completely meaningless gesture. In fact, I think it was a come-on.
Man, I wish I was as thick-skinned as you.
Thick-skinned? I'm a prime example of your ultra-sensitive 21st century male. I immediately, if you recall, offered to buy her another drink.
And I remember what she said. Not if I was stranded in the Arabian desert and the nearest water was a week away.
You're right. She was a bitch. Especially after I was so nice about her tits. Home sweet home. You're not inviting me in?
Do you want to come in?
Well, do you want me to?
I asked you first.
Yeah, because I pointed out that you hadn't invited me in.
I don't usually have to. You usually just get out of the car.
You mean I get out of the car whether you want me to or not?
No. Well, as a matter of fact, yes.
Yeah, well, I usually just get out of the car because I think you want me to come in.
Because we have sex, you mean?
Yes, because we have sex. That does tend to make me think you want me to come in.
Then why didn't you get out of the car tonight? Why did you wait?
I don't know. I felt, something different.
About me?
Yeah.
Something different about me?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. It's just a feeling. I can't specify it.
Specify?
Come on, now you're making fun of the way I speak.
No, I'm not.
You are. You just did. You picked on specify.
Well, it's kind of a strange word to use in a conversation like this.
A conversation like what?
Now you're picking on me.
You know what, Julie? I think you're seeing somebody else.
What? You're paranoid. Where did that come from?
It's a feeling I've been getting lately.
But you can't specify.
You are seeing somebody else, aren't you?
What has gotten into you? I am not seeing someone else.
You're not?
No. Look, do you want to come in or not?
You know I do.
Then why are we sitting out here fighting?
Julie, we have to talk. I mean, something's wrong, isn't it?
No.
It is. You didn't even come.
I did.
You didn't. You faked it.
I didn't. I like making love to you, Ross.
Yeah, but you don't love it.
I do.
You do?
You know I do. Anyway, you didn't come.
No, I'm too tense. I think you've met a guy you like.
There was someone.
What?
No one that you know.
My God!
It was just something that shouldn't have happened. I had a couple of drinks and he was a really sweet guy. Look, it's no one you know, no one that means anything to me, all right?
All right.
I never ask you what you do during the week, do I?
No, because you don't want to have the conversation about moving in with me. I'm upset about this. I really am.
Ross, just imagine you had an encounter with another woman these past few months. Would it have meant anything?
Yes. It would have meant that I was lonely.
Maybe I was lonely. I just heard I didn't get that job at NBC.
But why didn't you call me?
I did. You didn't pick up.
Look, the answer to this is we should be living together. Move in with me.
Ross, if I took you up on that, you'd faint. With Joey and the maid, you'd throw a fit.
I wouldn't. It's what I want.
Is it? Is it really, Ross?
Do you think people are faithful here?
They can be. 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 50.
If you want to be, you will be, and if you don't want to be, it's just easier to find an excuse here.
It's hard for commitment because there's so many good-looking people everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel that means that guys are going to cheat on you?
Yeah, or vice versa.
The only way I would be unfaithful is if I wasn't into the guy who I was with. Then my mind would just be wandering and I'd be like open to new possibilities.
And you think these women would cheat on you?
Cheat on me?
Yeah.
That's a good one. You're funny.
Nice of you to give me a ride today, Jackie.
Oh, not really. I wanted to see your house.
Well, this is it.
Oh.
Kitchen's through here.
This looks as if it's never been used. The instructions are still in there.
Yeah, well, it never has been used.
Why not?
Because I can't cook.
What do you mean you can't cook?
I don't know how else to say it. I can't cook.
Oh, every adult can cook.
Well, now you've named an exclusive category I don't belong to.
Oh, Ross, I know you're not an adult, but I didn't know it extended to you not being able to feed yourself.
I can feed myself just fine. I embrace modern technology, that's all.
You mean the microwave?
Yeah. And the toaster. As a matter of fact, I'm renowned for my toast.
So let me get something straight. All these women you lived with, or have been married to, they all had to cook for you?
No, they like cooking.
Oh, sure they did.
Well, if they didn't, then I very willingly took them to expensive restaurants and paid for them.
Oh, Ross, no wonder all your relationships have crashed. Don't you realize? The art of food, preparing it together, then eating it, savoring it, it's all part of the bonding process.
Now that sounds like something you do in a plastics factory. Well, you know what they say about older men.
So how do you know Rachel?
I'm actually a friend of her husband's.
Her ex-husband.
Well, his exness goes without saying, doesn't it, or we wouldn't all be here.
Look at this necklace. It looks Moroccan. It's one of my favorite countries, Morocco.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
I bet you got that in Marrakesh.
No, actually at Bergdorf's.
You were telling me how you met
I'm Doug, and you are?
I'm Kathy.
Kathy. Kathy, that's my favorite aunt's name.
Really?
It is.
If you wanted that badly, mate, you can have her. Chardonnay, right?
Thank you.
I've been admiring a necklace. Did you get it in Morocco?
You're the second guy who said that to me today. You guys need some new lines. What'd you say to upset her?
I said, are you a Democrat?
Well, I am.
Ah, it's the first good news I've had today. Nice to meet you. I'm Doug, by the way.
Heidi.
That's my favorite aunt's name, would you believe?
Hi, I'm Doug.
No, I'm Doug.
What's your name?
Heidi.
Same as my favorite aunt.
What is your problem?
So what happened? You devoured the blonde and you're looking for fresh meat?
If there's something that you'd like to say, I'm standing right here.
You see, Doug looks like a regular human being, but actually he's a vampire. Show us your teeth, Doug. And he's an expert on Moroccan jewelry too, aren't you?
I'm gonna let you get back to your daughter.
Hi.
Here's someone that I really want you to meet.
Oh, great.
Kylie.
Yes?
Kylie, this is Ross,
Oh,
one of my most amusing friends.
We've met, actually.
Oh, you have?
Yes. At the time, Ross was working on a construction project, but there was a problem with the elevator. Did you ever get that thing to move upwards?
Worked just fine with the right passenger, thank you.
I didn't know that you were in construction.
My little secret.
Little? Yes. I need another drink. Excuse me.
We met under, unfortunate circumstances.
Oh.
Ross! Hey!
Scott!
How are you?
Yeah. Lovely to see you, darling. So, the happy day approaches.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God. That's great. And, of course, no second thoughts, no regrets.
Not one.
No way.
Oh, that's wonderful, because, you know, sometimes when you set a date far into the future, which one tends to do with a wedding, something may happen.
No, but we took precautions.
I hope so.
Oh, not those kinds of precautions.
No. We made a little experiment.
Not together.
No, separately.
It was incredible. We never even talked about it, and we both came to the same conclusion.
And acted on it.
Well, as long as it worked out for you.
See, what we decided
Independently.
was that we both needed to be convinced that we were...
Missing nothing.
And of course you weren't, so everything's fine.
Yeah, we both decided to have a little premarital fling and see how it worked out.
You know, this sounds like the sort of intimate matter you'd rather keep to yourselves.
No, you're a friend. We want to share this with you.
Really?
Yeah, I had this fantasy about girls, women, with incredible breasts.
And I had this fantasy about older, more sophisticated men.
Well, as long as you got it worked out.
They were both lousy.
The girl with incredible breasts was lousy?
Oh, he said she was a terrible lover. He could barely get aroused, and her breasts weren't even real.
They weren't?
Yeah, and Beverly says the old guy was totally useless.
Is that right?
Yeah, flabby and, well, I don't know. I guess sex was different in his day, huh, Bev?
I don't think it's changed all that much.
Ross, we're talking about somebody we don't even know. Don't take it personally.
So the poor old fart didn't have a clue, huh?
And Beverly was really surprised. You know, she thought older men, be some sort of expert lovers or some bullshit. That was a dumb idea, wasn't it, Bev?
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
So it's pedal to the metal all the way to the happy day.
I'm so glad to hear that because, if there's one thing I'm sure about, you two deserve each other. Great.
I was just having lunch with him, that's all. He might be able to introduce me to some producers.
You gotta be kidding. He might be able to introduce you to some producers? That's a line they sell to 18-year-olds.
Well, you should know.
This isn't about me. I wasn't the one buying a plant with that asshole.
He isn't an asshole.
He is too. I've met him before.
Look, I'm just trying to get ahead in my career. What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is, you're lying. This creep is the guy you've been seeing, isn't it?
He isn't a creep. You know nothing about him. You've met him once at some party.
Well, that's very interesting. How do you happen to know that?
He asked me if I had a boyfriend.
I bet he did.
Yeah, and I told him I did. I told him about you, and he remembered meeting you.
Was that before or after you slept with him? I cannot believe you're going to go off with a creep like this.
He's not a creep. And for your information, he's a pretty nice guy.
Oh, yeah? What's nice about him, his aunt?
His aunt?
Well, didn't he tell you have the same name as his favorite aunt?
Well, it's an amazing coincidence. Yes, I do. How do you know that?
Julie, I used to think you were so smart. How does Joey get along with him?
Joey likes him a lot. He thought...
Oh, so he's helping Joey with his career too, is he?
Look, I don't have to stand here and trade insults with you, Ross.
Okay, where do you want to trade them? You're right. You're wasting your time when you could be helping your career by fucking Doug's brains out. Good luck with your career, Jules.
You don't understand. It's not better with him. It's just different. less complicated. The way he comes on, it's a lack of confidence.
Is that so?
He's weaker than you are.
Oh. So when you're with him, you're the strong one.
I guess. You know too much for me, Ross. You've been to too many places, done too many things. You know more about everything than I do.
Of course I don't.
You do! I was always afraid you'd leave me for someone more interesting.
It never occurred to me you'd leave me for someone less interesting.
Don't you see? With him, I can discover things for myself.
Now it's beginning to sound as if I'm too old for you.
Maybe.
I should have known when you brought me that book, Fighting Fat Over 50.
I just wanted you to look your best.
No, you wanted me to look younger. You bought me that terrible brown hair dye. It looked as if I'd dipped my head in a bowl of tortilla soup. Well, for your information, I'm having a less complicated but wild affair with a 24-year-old Asian girl.
I expected better of you, Ross.
Give my regards to Doug's Aunt Julie, won't you?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I'm just gonna crash out. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, then I'll see you later.
How do you tell somebody it's all over?
You don't. You run as fast as you can, and they'll figure it out when you don't show up.
Run! You just keep going and don't look back. Just dump him. Sorry, it's not working out. Yeah, that's it.
You generally tend to kind of walk away, not call again. I guess that's not a good answer.
Just stop talking to them, yeah.
And they just give up?
Eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Goodbye.
No, I gotta go. Bye. So you do a lot of fun stuff today?
Crystal, I have to ask you for my key. I mean, you can stay here from time to time. In fact, I'd like you to, but you cannot just show up whenever you feel like it without calling me.
Is that why you want your key?
It isn't just that, no. I thought we were friends, but the only interest you seem to have in me is for somewhere to stay.
That's not true.
Whenever we make an arrangement to go out, you find an excuse to change it. You say, we'll reschedule, but you don't. You cancel. You did it on Tuesday and you did it again last night.
I don't remember that.
Well, I do.
So what if I did? It's past. That was last night.
So if it's past, it doesn't count?
It's okay. Maybe I did say I'd have dinner with you. Maybe I forgot. But that was last night. You're so obsessed with details.
Canceling every arrangement we make is not a detail.
Oh, for Christ's sake, stop hassling me!
No, I'm hassling you?
Oh, you are? Good. I'll be waiting outside. Yeah.
It's no use getting mad with me. You can't just have me as a friend when you want somewhere to stay.
Okay. Okay. Listen. I've fallen in love with a few people lately, and it's caused some problems. I know. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. I thought we were friends.
We are! We were!
But that was in the past.
Yeah. I guess.
What was it? She was a hooker? Out of her mind on drugs?
Who knows?
But it was fun while it lasted.
Was it? I don't know. I mean, I really did like her, but she was just another crazy Los Angeles woman, I guess. There's nothing to watch. There's never anything to watch. Look at me, watching TV on my own again. This is no life.
Hello, Russ Warner. Pull yourself together.
Who are you?
Oi, I'll give you a clue. It's a three-letter word, and it ain't dog.
You mean God?
You know someone else who could interrupt Letterman?
Are you Jewish?
Didn't you read my book, maybe, the Bible? I'm Jesus' father. Of course I'm Jewish. Now, what's your problem?
I hate my life. I'm single. I'm lonely.
That's because you don't have a family. Go forth and multiply. Go make babies. It's what I put you people down there for.
How can I do that? I don't have a partner.
Oy vey's mir, would you stop with the whining? Don't be so picky. Just go out and choose a nice, good-natured woman. One with big hips.
Big hips in Los Angeles?
Us, you can do it. Go, reproduce yourself.
Look, I don't believe in this stuff. I don't believe in you. I'm not religious.
Don't worry, I'm not so religious myself. Now, get off your ass. There is a woman out there somewhere for you, but she's not gonna come and ring the doorbell at your house. You gotta go out into the world. And remember, I help those what help themselves.
It's a silver Maserati.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Impressive briefcase. Let me guess, you're a corporate lawyer, and in there's the brief for some vast multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
Wrong. I teach human rights law at UCLA.
Human rights law? Isn't that an oxymoron? Just kidding. I'm impressed. Really, I am.
Wow, that's a relief.
UCLA? I wonder if you know...
Oh, I doubt it. And here's my car. Have a good day.
Thank you. I think she had big hips. I'm trying. Do you think a chance meeting can lead to a serious love affair, a serious romance?
Yeah. I do. I think so.
Has that happened to you?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
Has that ever happened to you?
no, but I'm sure it could. I think maybe.
I wish you luck. How long has this romance been going on?
Let's see now. For me or for him?
Hey, it's you. Hey. We met last week, don't you remember? Outside Jimmy's, you were getting your car back and you had this big briefcase and you told me you teach human rights law at UCLA. Right?
Yes, I remember. I'm surprised you remember.
Remember, I've been staking out the law school ever since in hopes of running into you. And I needn't have bothered because you've tracked me down. Do you live around here?
Yes.
Is this a hangout of yours?
Nope.
You're reading the New York Times. Are you from New York?
No.
Have you by any chance done an FBI anti-interrogation course?
No. But you're a very irritating man.
And I'd like to irritate you over dinner. Come on! In a city where nobody can read and write, I found a woman who reads the New York Times and is a human rights advocate? I've got to be a little bit pushy, haven't I?
All right. If you're so damned anxious to ingratiate yourself with me...
Yeah?
You can start by giving me a coffee refill.
You see? Ingratiate. A word nobody in Los Angeles even knows the meaning of. One refill coming up.
So, no Asian delight, no Julie. How you doing?
Well, I was doing really lousy till I met this incredible new woman.
I don't know how you do it, or more to the point, why?
No, this is different. She's older and really smart. It's amazing to meet a woman like her in Los Angeles at all. She reads books, she reads the newspapers, she listens to NPR, and she might even have big hips.
Big hips?
So you were raised in Britain?
No prizes for that with my accent. So I said, that's the last time I'm going in a single-engine helicopter. I don't care if that is Brad Pitt. I got here first. So the next day I got a call from Larry King. Am I going to say no to Larry King? Of course, the south of France isn't what it was when I first saw it. When I first got there, it was paradise, believe me. Now it's full of traffic and pollution. Even the restaurants aren't what they used to be.
I have to go now.
Go, but you've hardly touched your dinner.
I've had as much as I could stomach.
Well, the food here is normally very good. Why don't I send it back and maybe you'd like to try the fish?
I've had as much as I can stomach of you.
Of me? What have I done? Have I said something to upset you?
It's what you didn't say. You haven't uttered one single sentence that ended in a question mark.
You mean I haven't asked you any questions?
Clever boy. You see, I know all about how you dropped out of the London School of Economics. I know about your brother who runs a bar in Saint-Tropez. I know that some of the most interesting people in the city are your closest friends, and I know that you traveled all over the world. You even managed to slip into the conversation that you've slept with half the women in L.A. County. For almost an hour, I've sat here and listened to you whining about yourself in the hopes that you're going to ask me one question, just one. But you've asked me nothing. Not where I went to school, not where I was raised, not even if I've ever been married. Thanks for the appetizer.
Hang on. I am interested in hearing about you.
Not too bad, because I have to go home and watch the Survivor rerun.
Shit.
What did you learn from that?
It made me like her even more. She was right. I was making a pathetic attempt to impress her.
So why don't you call her and tell her that?
I tried, but she was always out.
It's not like you to give up so easily.
I didn't. I went to a building and waited outside till she came out after work.
And?
She called security and had me thrown off the lot. My parents were married for 36 years, till death did them part. But maybe that doesn't work anymore. In 1900, the life expectancy of a man was 47. Now we have to put up with each other into our 80s. It's too bloody long. But that doesn't help me. I tried my best with all of them, but I might as well admit it. I don't know what they wanted, many of them.
What did you want, Ross? You wanted a sexy woman who thought you were wonderful. But you certainly didn't want to deal with the real me, or my life, or my son.
I did, but weekends weren't enough for me. I wanted more.
Yeah, more sex.
No, well, yeah, but I loved you, Jules.
I don't know what you mean by that, Ross. And I don't think you do either.
You just wanted me to comfort you and help you and tell you how great you were, didn't you?
Well, I didn't want discouragement from you. I could get that from my girlfriends. You're my producer. You're supposed to encourage me. What's wrong with that?
You're a big boy, Ross. You figure it out for yourself.
I never hit on you, Jack. Not once.
Oh, for God's sake, get your mind out of your pants.
All you wanted was an audience. Well, I'm not anybody's audience.
No, I liked you because you're so smart.
Smart? How would you know? I mean, you never gave me the opportunity to express my opinions about anything. And incidentally, you're wrong, Mr. Know-It-All. Ravel did not write L'Après-midi d'Enfant. It was Debussy.
You just wanted me to be your ornamental, didn't you? Your beautiful, compliant companion, adoring and impressed.
No, with you it was romance. I was swept away. You're so beautiful and everything about it was wild and crazy and magical.
God, you sound like me when I'm on drugs.
Women. The eternal bloody puzzle. Finally, I think I've seen the light. You see, all the time I've spent, well, more accurately wasted, looking for Miss Right or even Miss Almost Right, the perfect woman for me was, of course, right under my bloody nose at work. Jackie. She has all the qualities I need. She's attractive and strong, intelligent and accomplished. But most of all, she knows me, really knows me, my faults, my problems, my shortcomings. God knows I've got enough of them. But whatever she says, she can handle all that, because Jackie isn't intimidated by me. Jackie, I've been thinking about you all night. Yes, erotic thoughts, frankly, as well as, you know, the more intellectual ones, of course. And I just had to come and tell you how I feel. I don't know why I didn't see it before. My God, she's got a boyfriend. Whoa, that was a close call. In fact, a bloody narrow escape, really. I mean, it's no good just leaping in and, well, doing something you'll regret later on. It's probably cruel and insensitive to say it, but whatever qualities she has, looking at it cold-bloodedly, I mean, I'm just being practical now. I think Jack's a bit old for me. Yeah, why spoil a beautiful friendship? What, seems to be the trouble?
I don't know. The stupid engine just died on me.
Well, I know something about cars. Would you like me to take a look?
Oh, that'd be great.
Okay. Well, she passes the hips test. So, key in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a look. You're out of gas.
I am.
I'm afraid you are.
Oh, God, I hate cars. How did that happen?
At a guess, you haven't put any in lately.
Good point.
But I have a can in my car, and I will go and get you some.
Oh, God, that's so sweet of you.
Oh, anything I can do to be helpful.
Well, I can't let you go by yourself. I'll
Really?
come with you.
Okay. My name's Ross.
I'm Lisa.
Nice to meet you, Lisa.
Nice to meet you.
Hop in. You ever been in a Maserati before?
Maserati?
A Maserati?
Not lately.
Well, it's a fine piece of kit, let me tell you. So, there I was, about to make a fool of myself yet again, with a girl less than half my age. But this time it was different. It really was. Because stopping that morning to help a gorgeous damsel in distress changed my life forever. Hey, Lisa! I didn't know you were coming up here today.
Well, I didn't really know myself. Hey, Mom. Hi, sweetie. So pretty. Thank you, sweetheart.
Don't I get a kiss?
Oh, no. You're way too old.
Hilarious.
So, how's the old guy treating you?
Well, he keeps struggling to get out from under my thumb, but I don't think he's gonna make it.
Oh, yes, I am.
Where's my glass, Ross?
It's in the house, darling. You can get it yourself.
Ross?
Yes, dear.
What a sweetheart.
Ma petite
Sometimes.
Monique,
He's still in training.
je pense à toi. C'est évident. Regardez à ce monde qui tourne sans équilibre, dans l'espace, dans le vide. C'est comme une cosmic soup. Ma petite Monique, ma petite Monique, le temps perdu, gâché, gaspillé. Regardez à ces vagues qui tombent sur le sable, à la plage, le mirage, les petites pensées. J'écroule quand il me retient dans tes bras, ton petit sourire gamine me fond le cœur. C'est le coup de foudre, enfin, ce qu'on va faire. Ma petite Monique, ma petite Monique, je pense à toi tout le temps. C'est évident. Regardez à ce monde qui tourne.